Coming up on 6:50, we're 3 days away from 2018, and many of us will head out to celebrate on the town. Others, though, maybe you're hosting people in your house. Champagne always been a staple for New Year's Eve celebrations, as well as wine and some other options. But all champagne not created equal. There's actually a lot of differences. Brandon Scott is joining us with the champagne expert at Debbs Liquor on Phelan in Beaumont. And we're getting a little taste of, some options, things we can do for holiday parties.
That's right, Jillian. Plenty of options here at Debbs Liquor, and Gerald is going to go over some of those with us. But I want to remind everyone, obviously, and if this matters to you, you've probably looked at the calendar already and noticed that you likely won't be able to find any liquor on New Year's Eve because it's a Sunday. So you'll want to at least be prepared before the time comes. So we're here with Gerald Patrizzi. Gerald, thanks for joining us today.
Oh, sure, Brandy.
So tell us, let's walk down this aisle and tell us a little bit about what some of the options are. We were just going over some of them a moment ago.
Sparkling wine, it's made all over the world. I mean, the most famous is from France, and that's called champagne. When it's made in other parts of the world, it's called a sparkling wine. So the French are very particular about people not calling it champagne. But the method that people will use is very important, and the method used in France, the main method is where it's fermented in the bottle, the same bottle that we see here. So at one time it started off a still wine and formed its bubbles, and then they were able to get the yeast out and get it clarified and then recorked. So options, they range in price, they range in dryness, from dry to sweet.
Show us some of the good sweet ones. Just curious.
Oh,
here.
Sweet. Okay, we can do it like a French version of something called a demi-sec. This is from Moet and Chandon. It's called Nectar Imperial, and it's a rosé, and it's very, very sweet compared to what a Brut is. Brut is one of your driest of the sparkling or champagnes. Then getting even sweeter, you go to Italy, and you see back this way, and we see the Asti Spamantis like this. That's an Asti Spamanti. And these are what they call a dolce, and they're very sweet. I mean, and this is what my father, the first time I ever had a sparkling wine, this is what he served us. Of course, I come from an Italian family, so go figure,
And we've also got some Dom Perignon and Cristal over here further down.
Yes, see, every champagne house worldwide always makes a flagship wine, and Dom Perignon happens to be the flagship wine of Moet and Chandon in France. And Roederer is another French company that makes Cristal. That's a lot of people know Cristal. I was in a rap song, so it made a very short supply for a while.
Right. Now let me ask you about that, because Cristal, I followed that a little bit when Cristal kind of got real popular on the rap scene, and then it died down a little bit. Is it still as popular as it seemed before?
No, it's not. I think a lot of that is the price point. We've seen a steep rise in what we call these tête de cuvées, and they've almost doubled and tripled in price to what they used to be many years ago. So it's slowed it down because money's getting a little bit tighter, though. Hopefully, the economy is improving. So
certainly. And we've got wine options too. It's not just champagne. We've also got several wine options. The Moscato. Where I was looking here, we got the
yes, Moscato, and they actually make sparkling Moscato.
Right. We were talking about that earlier. Tell us about that.
Well, here, an example.
Sure.
And I'm sorry about the name, but it's called Sweet Bitch, and it's a sparkling pink Moscato, and it's very popular. It's very inexpensive, and the key. And we talked about this earlier, to know if it's a sparkling wine or not is this cage. There's a metal cage that is wrapped around here to protect the cork from flying off inadvertently. So.
And later on in the show, when we're over on Fox, we're going to discuss some safety tips or some best practices in opening up your champagne bottle and possibly your wine bottle as well. So we will get to that a little bit later on.
All right, thank you, Brandon. We'll, again, like you said, be talking more about wine and some other things coming up a little bit later.